Hey, Chris. So speaking of that injury, when you've been through a lot of fights now, what kind of checks do you go through after you fight? So,
this is a question somebody put online for us to ask.
Exactly. It was
right after the fight. What I mean, I know this too, but right after the fight, what happens as far as medically?
Most athletic commissions, proper athletic commissions, and that's pretty much all of Canada and America. Post-fight, you do a post-fight medical. The doctor checks, see what kind of suspension you're going to get after a fight, to keep you away from competition. But they basically check out your hands. Your brain is functioning. You have no brain damage. You didn't break your hands. No any cuts, any bruises, anything specific that happened in the fight that could cause an injury, such as an arm bar,
right.
Or a height extension. And so almost all fighters will get suspended
14
after their fight for at least a week or two, just to keep them away from competition, so they're not fighting every other week or fighting every week, and
give them time to heal.
Exactly, you got to let your brain heal. It's not common to get punched in the head.
Right. And then, Chris, what has to happen for you to have to get something like an MRI or the doctors to recommend further treatment?
Yeah, you'd have to,
if you were knocked out,
unconscious or something, for them to see a sign like if your pupils aren't dilating properly, with reacting to light or something like that, that the medics check. Then they'll possibly send you for further assessment at the hospital. That's very common. You don't want to get fighters getting brain injuries or anything like that.
So for you now, how's everything with your injury? How's it looking? How's everything feeling? You were training today, and I think you bloodied somebody up by accident, but Karkula.
It's good. I'm getting back into doing contact. I've been just resting it and therapy. Just still trying to maintain my fitness. But really just letting my neck heal. I've done a CAT scan last week, and I'm saying I'm pretty much almost going to be healed and ready to go real soon. So
cool.
Just going to wait it out and talk with my managers, talk with my coach, and see what's next.
Cool.
Hey, Chris, and when's your next fight? Do you know?
I don't know, actually. So, like I said, I'm going to be seeing my managers probably this weekend and my coach. So I'll definitely sit down.
But you would guess that you'd be on the next Affliction card, but can you go and fight, say, in Montreal or somewhere else?
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, my
good.
contract with Affliction, it's exclusive with the eligibility to compete elsewhere. So it's pretty good for us because Affliction is putting on mega shows that aren't so not as often as UFC, where they're putting on up to 2 shows a week.
Yeah.
So
yeah, pretty crazy.
They put on the mega shows every few months.
So and Chris, is it true that that injury, that neck injury that you had, that came from that strip joint that you went to in Orange County?
No.
From the bad lap dances?
From watching the jugs around the knees?
Is that why you meant one too many lap dances?
Got to keep looking up and down.
Yeah.
So are you still dating that girl from that strip joint?
Yeah.
No, we had to break the ties.
Yeah.
The long distance relationship.
Yeah.
Hard to pull up.
Hey, buddy, man, thanks for coming on the show. We're having a lot of fun with the show, and people are seeming to dig it, and I really appreciate you coming on. Last couple of things. Quentin Jackson, Keith Jardine, where are you going to watch that? Oh, we're going. I'm going with you to Ohio, right?
Yeah, we're off. Me, Robin, and Mark Hominick, and the gang at Extreme Couture. We're part of the Crash MMA tour with MMA training, and we're heading down to Ohio, man.
Yeah, who else is going to be there? Tompkins is going to be there, right?
John's going to be there. He's hosting his own show he's got right now on Sirius Satellite, Between Rounds.
Cool. Well, I'm going to tell everybody that's watching this show right now that I will come back with an interview with the coach, Sean Tompkins. Sean Shirk, he's going to be there too, right?
I'm sorry?
Sean Shirk, he's going to be with us, right?
I think so. Sean Shirk.
I'll ask him about Stanislaw.
Kevin Byrne with Currents will be there.
I'm looking forward to Kevin Kearns.
Hey, Chris.
He's a character.
Chris, who's going to win, Quentin Jackson or Keith Jardine?
I'm thinking Jackson by knockout.
How early?
I'd probably say second round. You know, he's just got such an awkward style.
Yeah.
But I definitely think Quinn could kind of figure him out and catch him with something. You know, Jardine, he has been, you know, known to, you know, be able to get knocked out. So I can see Jackson coming on top.
When Jardine looked good against Chuck, he really fired out some brutal leg kicks. But, you know, if I notice that, and I'm watching for that, you know, Jackson and his guys are, you know? So I don't think that's going to be the difference, eh?
You know, it could be, because, you know, Jackson in the Forrest fight, that's what beat Quinn down with the leg kicks.
Yeah.
So, sure. You know, if Jardine plays it right, you know, that really could fluster Jackson. But, like I said, I really think Jackson's got Jardine's number in this fight.
Cool.
So,
all right, thanks, Chris. That's awesome. Have a great drive back and drive safe.
Hey, Chris.
thanks a lot, guys, for having me.
I'll see you Thursday, and then I'll feed you a bunch of beers, and we'll go to a strip club in Ohio. My girlfriend's watching now. She's gonna freak when I get home. But,
Awesome.
Yeah, I will see you Thursday, brother. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.
Okay,
Cool.
bye.
Thank you. Why do you keep admitting to stuff on
Like-
the air
like
that
what?
your girlfriend's going to get pissed off?
I don't know,
You
man.
called her like a dragon last week or something?
She's
and,
pissed.
and now you're admitting you're going to go to a bunch of strip joints. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
You're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, I don't
You should
know.
be lying. You should be like, well, not lying. You should be, there you go. You should be saying things like, my girlfriend's the greatest girl in the world. I can't wait to marry her. I'm thinking about proposing this weekend.
Oh, yeah, like that's not going to get you in some type of complicated trouble. Man.
Robin told me, by the way, if you're watching, that he's going to be proposing soon.
Yeah,
and we actually went ring shopping just before the show started.
Yeah, that's not the case yet.
And the ring shopping happened at a strip joint.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
right.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, the same strip joint where the jugs were around the knees. Man, I'm dead. I'm a deep. Oh, my, look, there's a message. Dead meat. Yeah, right there.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, well, you know, it's interactive, this interweb thing.
Yeah, well, when you do a show live, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah.
So, all right, maybe we should just quickly, because I know we're going to grab
Carlos Newton.
Yeah, shortly.
Looking forward to talking to Carlos.
Do you want to go to a break, or do you want to talk a little bit about the UFC 96
I don't need
card?
a break.
Okay, well, let's
and
talk.
I don't think our viewers need a break.
Right, exactly. So let's talk about the UFC 96 card.
Okay.
And then when we're finished that, we'll go to break, and then we'll come back with Carlos Newton.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So who do you think's going to win, Jackson or Jardine?
Well, I mean, it's going to be an exciting fight. I think a lot better than some people give it credit for. I think Jardine is an interesting character in just the fact that he's so kind of nondescript. You know what I mean? Like,
You know what, though? And here's the thing about Jardine is that he, for some reason, he always seems to be the underdog.
Yeah.
And
but
yet,
he's knocked guys out.
Whoa, boy, is he ever!
Forrest.
Yeah, and he's done a great job, but then he's gotten knocked out. You know what I mean? So he's a little bit unpredictable.
Well, Fighter Math says if Jardine knocks out Forrest, and Forrest beats Rampage. But the truth of the matter is, I don't see Jardine knocking out Rampage.
Yeah,
I see Rampage coming out like a beast.
I also don't see that as straight fighter math. I mean, that's like that. You know, two different fights and different times. And I mean, you get a guy. So many months later, it's a completely different guy. You know, every day is a different fight.
That's kind of what illustrates why fighter math doesn't work. Right? It's like, you know, theoretically, if Forrest beats Rampage and Jardine beats Forrest, Jardine beats Rampage, but it doesn't work that way.
Right.
And I think Rampage will beat him. You know, if Jardine could be sticking and moving and quick and punish his legs, but you know, if you lose a fight because of leg kicks like Rampage did to Forrest, you go back and you train that. That's a hole. That's a hole in your game. Sure. You go fix that hole. So I don't think Jardine is going to exploit that, and I think Rampage will be too much for him. But,
well, that, and I agree. I don't see Rampage just sort of taking kicks and just sort of sucking it up.
No.
Another fight that jumps out at me is the Shane Carwin Gabriel Gonzaga fight.
That's interesting because I'm not a huge fan of the heavyweights in general. Like it doesn't usually excite me as much.
And
as
why is that?
people.
Is that because you're very light?
It's because I'm a tiny man. But also, you know, I like the quick, crazy, unpredictable action of 170 and under. But
you know what?
There is something exciting about heavyweights because
this is the thing about Shane Carwin. He's a knockout artist.
Yeah.
What is his record? I think he's 10-0.
Yeah. I normally. I get less excited than a lot of people. A lot of people are like, oh, I want to see the heavyweights. But this is one that'll be interesting because Gonzaga was known for being a submission man, like a guy who could rip people apart on the ground. And then he went and kicked Krokop's head off.